Welcome to Quilting with Mary Beth and Donna. Today the girls get back together after a couple of months and just talk about themselves, what they've been doing, and quilting. We're glad you're here with us today. Hello, Mary Beth.
Hello, Donna.
How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How about yourself?
I am wonderful also.
See? What a life.
I tell you what.
I'm telling you.
So it's been a while since we've been here.
It has been a long while.
It's been since before your quilt retreat in November.
Wowzee.
And I thought when I got home that we needed to get on, like, immediately and talk about it, but it just never happened. I have a story, which I'm not gonna tell, but I have a story about getting stuck on the elevator there when I was trying to bring all my stuff in.
Oh my gosh, that elevator always goes, you push
Let
the button, the door closes, and it goes clunk. And I'm like, no, please not now. I don't want to die yet.
But let me tell you, at one point, it was not going to open again, and I was like, "I'm in the middle of it. I can't do anything." What
Oh my
do I do?
gosh.
But it was pretty funny, but,
Yeah, it was really
so we
funny.
missed that opportunity. But we're starting again. And, I was awarded no, I don't know, when I logged on to the podcast, website, it said, "Congratulations, you made it to 25 episodes," and I thought, "Ugh,
Wow.
woohoo,
That's a lot. That's good.
woohoo."
Yeah.
So, welcome everybody back to Quilting with Mary Beth and Donna, or as
Yay.
Mary Beth likes to call it, Quilting with Mary Beth.
Don't call it that. Whatever.
Just kidding.
Whatever.
Just kidding. And so we are, planning on I don't know what we're gonna do this year. We're gonna try to be pretty, regular in producing podcasts, but we're not necessarily gonna be searching out people because we don't know, we don't wanna work that hard.
Oh,
Oh,
well, it's not that we don't wanna work that hard. It's hard with everyone's schedules
right.
to get them in here. Like, you say, "Oh, can we meet next week on Thursday?" And they're like, "Well, I'm gonna be out of town." I mean, the people we try to get are busier than we are. So
It's
there we
exactly.
go.
So
Yeah.
we'll try to fill it with other quilty stuff.
Yes.
So, okay, so
With
what have you been
our
doing?
our vast knowledge. Well, I started a, quilt-along in Quilting with Mary Beth, Chat Chatsworth, and so I thought we would do, like, a block a month, and, in Chatsworth, I don't know if you have that book, or the pattern, but, uh, he has you do all the centers first, and then do all the outside, because all the outside is the same, I found
Right.
it, okay? I never paid attention to the pattern that closely or the blocks that closely. So, so I thought, "No, I need to finish my whole block now." Well, then when I got into it, I'm thinking, "Maybe he's onto something," because the centers are pretty easy. And then once you start the outer part of the block and you're doing all the same thing, then you're kind of in a rhythm, I think, and you can
Oh, that makes sense. So
yeah.
the is it really a block of the month, or is it like was it a mystery quilt maybe
No, no, it was
before? It was
supposed to be
always block
block
of the
of the
month?
month, yeah, and he's doing it online, like, there's videos, he did it some time ago. So that's helpful because I was having a pitiful time with I did my first one, I'm like, "Ugh, this is ugly, I hate picking fabric." So, so I laid that one aside, and I made a different one, and I like it a lot better. So, but I watched his video back and forth until I got my block together. So that's helpful to have him on there talking about it.
So are all the center blocks are all the blocks I know that there's, like, blocks and then there's, like, flying geese or chevrons or
Yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
Are all the blocks the same?
The centers are different.
The centers are different, okay.
Yeah. So there's like a center and then there's an outer
And
um,
how many blocks are there?
12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does it, um when I think block of the month, that means you have what you need to do in 1 month's period. So, um, so are I guess how does it break it up? At the end, do you do, like, 6 chevron blocks and 6 chevron blocks, or
Well, we haven't got that far.
well, I know, but
The
you've read the book, right? I mean, you've looked at the
Well, I
book
have looked at the book, and
because 'cause you've already cheated.
he doesn't specify in there. I have? What'd I
Well, yeah,
do?
because you did a whole block
Well,
at the
no,
very
we
beginning.
decided on our when we got together, we're like, "How do you wanna do this?" You know, and some said, "I'm just gonna do the whole block," and some said, "Well, I've got 2 centers done," you know, so or I'm
Okay.
doing my center. So they're just doing however they wanna do it, but, we just get together and chat about it and chat about everything else, and it's been fun. It was fun.
I
Uh
was gonna say.
I mean, it's been fun. I've only done it once. It started in January, so we'll meet again in February, and I'm kind of excited because it's just fun to get together with everybody, you know, and sew and talk and 3 of us I mean, I told Rod I'd be in at 8:30. It started at 7 Central Time, and at 11:30, I went in the house. I'm like, "Good grief, I'm too old for this." I mean, I don't stay up that late ever anymore. So, you know, 9:30, I'm in my jammies, so I'm thinking, could I go get my jammies on? I'll be right back." But, yeah.
So, how many people started out the evening?
Oh,
A
gosh.
lot?
Well, I'll tell you, one group, uh, Cheryl had, like, 5 or 6 people at her house, so
She has
there was
friends.
that group, and they're all the people who come to the retreats, you know,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
me, so that was fun. So, we had all them, and then we had, gosh, probably there was probably 8 or 10 more people.
Cool.
So, yeah, it was really good.
We'll see how it falls off next month.
No, it's fun. I can't wait till the next one. I may be the only one in there, but I can't wait. And they're all saying then afterwards, they're all posting, "Can I go ahead and do another block?" I'm like, "I don't care if you wanna do another block." They'll probably all come in and show me a full quilt finished, you know, and I'm like,
There's always one.
yeah,
There's
oh,
always one.
no."
This reminds me of a story when I don't know, a long time when I first started quilting and when I first started doing quilting for other people, they said, "This is what you need to do to get customers. You need to go take a class where they build a quilt." I'm bribing my dogs with treats.
Mm, good idea.
Um, you need to go, take a class, and the last class period, you need to show up with your finished quilted. And then everybody would go, "Oh my gosh, how beautiful," and everything. And
Mhm.
this was like, I don't know, it was a 3 or 4-month thing. It wasn't a long, long term, but it was, short term. And by the end of the class, the only one person that showed up was me. So, there you go.
And you showed the teacher and you said,
That's
"Look what I
success.
did."
That's success. So
Oh, well, anyway. Hmm.
so
Well,
that
that's
that's
been fun. Oh, go ahead.
that's been fun, and you're also working on your your propeller quilt.
Yes, my propeller quilt, oh my gosh, that thing, I thought I put 1 block together backwards, and I'm like, "Oh, no," and then this lady said, "You just need to turn your blocks around the other way," so when I did I mean, I hadn't put the whole block together, she said, "Just turn your pieces around the other way," so I did, and I'm like, "Oh, it's the same as the one I did wrong," so that's the one I wanted, so I just turned all the rest of them around, now they look like propellers, so
The last picture I saw, it looked like they were all up on a board but they weren't the 4 quarters weren't sewn together. Are the 4 quarters sewn together?
No yeah, they're all sewn together now, so they went together really fast once I got the hang of, you know, you have to leave one seam undone a little bit, like half an inch or something, and then just go around it and then sew that one down. So, yeah, it went together good after I figured it all out.
I'm really impressed. You're like really a quilter now. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Piecer.
It's like
I'm a piecer.
you finally got a big room, and now
Mm,
you're a
I know.
professional. You're like a
I'm working. I
That's
have
good.
I have space now, it's like
Yeah, that's true.
when you are crammed into a little bitty room, and I'm not saying anything because people make it work all the time. I have a lot of stuff. So, I'll be the first to tell you. But, you know what? If anybody walked into this room today, they could sit down and start sewing, you know?
Yeah.
So that's my goal. So, it is a big room, it is excessive. I'm sitting here looking at my cutting table going, "Wow, this is really big." But I love it, I
So,
love it. It does exactly what I want.
do you have, like do you have, your whole week planned out, like, "Today I'm gonna work on this, and tomorrow I'm gonna work on something else," or do you just, like, go out there in the morning and say, I'm here today?"
Yeah. I come out here and well, Rod has retired from Amish driving. So
You're like,
he'll only go, like, once in a while, and if they call him, "Yeah, I'll do it today." And so, I have to stay in the house and straighten things up and make beds, which I do that anyway, but, I mean, I have to do excessive things just to make it look like I've done something in there, you know? And so, then he comes out here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and sits down and says, "Were you gonna cook dinner tonight?" Don't I cook dinner every night? So,
well, yeah, Ed was Ed works from home when he's home, he works from home, and so he's pretty, um I mean, he doesn't come down here to bug me, which is
mhm.
good, but, um, he said the other day that I don't remember what would the impetus was gonna be, but he's like, "Well, I'm gonna retire." And I'm like, "Are you sure? Are
Please
you sure
don't.
you wanna do that? What are you gonna fill your time with?"
I know. I know, Ron's been working outside, and we still have snow, and it's, like, 20 degrees
Yeah.
today, I mean, it's so cold, but, he said, "I'm gonna split wood today, and we're almost out, and I need to split some wood." And I'm like, "Okay." So, I thought, "Okay, that'll get him out of here." But then I feel like I need to watch him because he went down in the woods, in the fall, which is not a pun, but he did fall and broke the handle on his I mean, he just fell, and he never falls. He's always, light on it I mean, seriously, he
Right,
never
yeah,
falls. He's
right, yeah.
really good on his feet, but lately, he's not been his balance is not great. So, he fell with his chainsaw. Luckily, it wasn't running, and broke the handle and all that, so we had to come in the house and order new parts for it, and got that put back together. But that scared me, so I today last night, he said he was gonna go cut wood today, and I said, "Do you want me to help?" And his face was like, "Okay, alright, whatever," you know? So I said, "Okay." So I thought, "Well, that'll give me a chance to be in the quilt room anyway." So I just feel like I have to come out here. I almost locked the doors yesterday. I thought, "That's gonna be my way to do it. I'll just lock the doors and he can't come in." But,
How long can do you find you can go before you have to, like, take a break or whatever?
oh, I probably sew for about an hour maybe, and then I get up, move around in here, and, if I can move around, I'm fine. Um, so I get up, move around, do something else, go to a different part of the room and do something, but I stay in here most of the day if I can. Oh,
With with the shades closed and the lights
uh,
off, she doesn't know you're there?
actually I did have to shut my shades, the ones that look out on my backyard here on across the porch, because Bob was out there wanting in. Boo came in, and she's fine. She doesn't expect to be held and loved and cuddled, and so
And
I
Bob's the newer one, right?
yes.
Little Tabby?
Yes. So Boo came in. She really likes to come in to get away from him because he's such a stinker. And so, she came in and went to a chair and curled up and laid down, and she's fine. Then he started wanting in, and he comes to my window here and looks in, and he's like, "Meow," and I'm, "You're not coming in because 'cause I'm getting ready to podcast, and it would be a mess."
We had our p we had our church was canceled on Sunday because of the weather,
Mhm.
and the pastor, did the service from his, I guess, his office at home, and his cat meowed the whole it was funny. I was like, "I
Yeah,
think the cat's a little critical of what you're having to say today."
well, Bob would get up here and walk across here and, go across my keyboard, and I mean, he's just everywhere. He gets tangled up in my if I turn my back to press something, I turn back around, my thread is everywhere because he walks through it, and then his feet get tangled up, and then he plops over and tries to attack. You know how cats are. So, anyway, I can deal with him when I'm not podcasting, but him
Yeah.
and Boo, he always goes over and jumps on her and then attacks her, and then I have little fluffs of black and white hair all over my room because he pulls it out of her.
Now, was Boo always the good one? I mean, because the other cat that you lost, was he the attacker? And that one too? So Boo's
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
passive. You're
the one I lost
pacifist.
was very playful and fun and all that, and it was a female, but he's a male, and I don't know, it's just funny, we watch him walk in, and he'll walk over to her and just, jump on her and put his arms, in a C shape around her, and he's still young. I mean, he's not even a year old yet, so he's
Oh,
still a
yeah.
kitten, so he's
Yeah.
just kind of a mess. He'll calm down.
Someday.
A spray bottle helps sometimes,
Yep.
and he looks at me like, "What'd I do? What are you doing that for?" But anyway,
Too funny. Okay, so let's see.
what are you doing?
Not nothing. Um,
Okay, that was easy.
no, that's not right. I'm just finished quilting, a t-shirt quilt for a new quilter. We talked about this
Um,
the other day.
yeah.
Last Thursday, I think, this this little old man, came up to my door and said, Are you a quilter?" And I said, "Yes." And so I walked down to the car with his for his wife because she is on a walker, and she said, do you do quilting?" And I said, "Yes." And she goes, "Do you do it for beginners?" And I'm like, "Uh-oh." And I said, "Yes." And she goes, "Well, I have a t-shirt quilt." And I'm like, "Uh-oh."
And you said,
Um,
"Oh, I hear somebody calling me, I gotta go."
and I said, "Yes, I quilt for people." So he delivered the quilt the next day, and it's just a little t-shirt quilt. It's like 3 by 4, I think. Is that right? Yeah, 3 by 4, but there's no stabilizing on the back, so it's not I mean, it's perfectly fine, but it's her first work. So, I finished quilting that. I need to bind it today and get it back to her. So I've done that. I did a small embroidery quilt for, a lady that I met at the Art Nest quilt retreat I did by myself last year, and she sent me another one, and then I'm putting your one of your quilts on. It's still not on, but I can see it right there. It's almost ready. I mean, I need to put batting under it, then it'll be loaded. And I'm gonna quilt that one up, and then I'm gonna quilt that lady's up, and then I've got 2 more custom quilts I need to get done, and then I'm gonna start piecing again. But I got a laundry basket quilt mini quilt yesterday, so I
So
might
we
do
had
that this
technical
weekend, so we'll see.
difficulties. I have
And
not
then we
quilted at all.
started back up again, and then I realized that we hadn't pressed record.
We
So,
talked for a long time and no record. Oh, that's funny. We're good
oh
with
my
it.
goodness. So we hadn't talked about any of this stuff. Okay, so,
Oh, boy.
uh, uh,
Okay, so
okay.
we started out saying Donna had trouble with a lady, right?
Yeah, okay, so we kinda decided that we're just gonna talk about, stuff that's going on in the quilting world, basically by looking at our phones before before we get
Right.
on for our podcast because, we're professionals.
Right.
And, one of the things that, we talked about it extensively was this, quilter's planner,
Yes.
and it's called, and I saw it on Facebook, and I was it was one it's one of those things where it's, it tells you why it's so wonderful, then it says it gives you the opportunity to buy it, and then it goes down farther and tells you more wonderful things, so it's kind of like your situation where they say, "If you buy it now, you can also get this for 10.99, blah, blah, blah." So I went ahead and bought it just because I wanted to see it, and it's pretty nice. It's called, what did I say? It's called The Complete Quilter's Planner 2026, and the website is hold on, let me find the website. The website is quiltcomfort.com, and it's like 70 pages, and it's a downloadable thing, so you can add pages as necessary. And, some of the pages that we were talked about, let me see if I can find the pages, and of course,
I have it pulled up here.
okay, so some of the pages, let's see. Oh, it started out this is funny. It started out, "It's 2 a.m. and you can't sleep again because you're thinking about that beautiful quilt top you finished 6 months ago and still sitting in a bed unquilted." I don't worry about that kind of stuff. So it has pages, I'll find okay, it has, like, a completed quilt record.
Mhm.
It has annual quilting goals, UFO tracker. And it also has an opportunity for you to, document the information about all the quilt guilds you're part
Okay.
all of them.
All of
Quilt
them. Like, how many pages does it have?
you can print out as many as you need to.
Okay,
Um, Quilt
that's
along
good.
tracker, so if, when you're in multiple quilt alongs, like Mary Beth is in at least one, and you have to keep it straight, there's a quilt along tracker.
Hmm.
The monthly quilting budget,
No.
project planners, pre-cuts inventory. And so what I was telling Mary Beth is I said it's funny because when you look at the comments, the thing that is most prevalent is, "Well, you should be giving us a person that's actually gonna do this for us." Because if you're unorganized in quilting, you're probably not going to be organized, have the opportunity to fill this all out, so you will be organized. So,
Right,
that would be a good business for somebody. It's like, "Okay, I'm gonna come into your house, I'm gonna spend 2 days there, and I'm gonna get you organized, and then I'm gonna leave you, and I'm gonna be rich."
right.
Do you think you could do that job
Yeah,
for other people?
yeah, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I would love doing that job. I would love that. I mean, mine's totally organized now. Now that I have space for it, it's totally organized. I know exactly
It's totally everything is totally organized? Cool.
everything is. Like, and Rod walks in here and he's like, "Well, uh," you know, he was a plant, um, general foreman, so he was the head dog underneath the plant manager, and he's Mister, "We need to do this the most efficient way possible." And he comes in and sees my stuff, and he's wants to tell me to change something, but he can't, 'cause he can't, 'cause it's right, it's where it needs to be. And I'm trying to put stuff up at the end of the day when I'm finished, and not leave it and not drag out 2 or 3 things and have them all laying around trying to figure
Yeah,
out
well, that's the big thing is keeping up with putting it back up.
yeah. Like, right now, my table, though, my 4-foot by 8-foot table is piled, but it's all rulers and things that I'm working on with this quilt right now. It's not extra quilts or extra stuff.
Well, yeah.
It's everything that I'm using for this quilt right now. So,
I'm kind of in a get rid of it mood, or, like, let's if it's not working for you, just go ahead and get rid of it. So
yeah,
I should probably start doing that more.
you should watch, Just Get Her Done Quilts videos probably if you're in that kind of a mode, because she does that. She goes through and she'll tell you to go through a drawer, set a timer for however many minutes, I don't know. I don't do it because I don't like her. I mean, I like her. I didn't mean to say that. I don't like I don't like buying things and then getting rid of it, you know? I have a
Right.
I have a hard time with that.
Yeah. Well, I have there's a young lady in my church who has a Etsy page, and her grandmother is a quilter. Anyway, she has an Etsy page where she makes, like, cute clothes for kids and stuff like that.
Well, yeah.
And I was like, I haven't told her yet. I mean, I gave her all my extras of the quilt, the Tula pink quilt that I did, with the animals. I
Uh-huh.
gave her the quilt too, but I gave her the extra fabric. And so, she's one of those persons who I would say like, "Why don't you just come and take what you need out of my
Yeah,
stash?"
yeah,
Because she doesn't have a lot of money and she's
yeah,
making cool stuff with it. So why does it need to sit on my counter if
yeah,
somebody else can use
I
it?
would do that too, yeah,
Yeah. My problem is that I don't have enough space, which that's fine. But like my table, my where I am sitting right now was on the edge of my sewing table, and I rearranged it around Christmas time because I need to have I don't I need to have, like, dedicated space where I don't have to put the computer up every time I wanna sew and vice versa.
oh, yeah.
So I
Yeah, you
still
have a
kinda
small
do.
sewing space, I think.
I do, it is small.
Yeah,
And it's small. I mean, it has everything in it, but it's small. So
yeah,
I kinda have to, like, walk around the quilting machine by,
yeah,
like, moving my hip to the right and stuff, but,
right.
I mean, I've got 3 dogs sleeping down here right now, so we're good.
At least they're sleeping.
Finally. So,
Um
anyway, I thought that quilter's planner was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is a pretty neat tool to have, I think. I mean, I like to keep lists and keep track of what I'm doing and where I'm at and all that sort of thing, so that helps me. I know everybody on my not everybody, but a lot of people on my page are like, "No, I'm not making a list," and I think, "Well, I just do what works for you," but for me, I love lists. I love to be able to see them, see where I'm at on that project, highlight it saying I'm done with it. Oh, I love that part.
I consider you more of a planner. I think if there was, like, a scale of
Uh-oh.
Peacer versus planner, I think you enjoy the planning maybe a little more than the piecing.
Maybe so. I
Yeah.
I like to sew though, like I get in a zone, like I was telling Rod, I got into such a zone with sewing on these blocks that I kinda lost I can't remember what was happening, but I lost, like, track of the real realm out here, and I don't even know what was going on, but I told him I was so focused on my quilt that I couldn't even stop to do whatever it was I was supposed to be doing, so, anyway.
What's good when you get into that position as long as you're not don't have something in the oven.
Right, and well, that has happened, but I try not to come out here if I do have something in the oven,
Right, yeah, exactly.
because I know what'll happen. The house will be
Yeah,
smoking when I go back in.
yeah.
I mean, I have put a turkey in the oven one time when I was a single mom, and the kids were with their dad on the weekend, and I had a turkey in the freezer that I had bought cheap during Thanksgiving time, and so I brought it out. It was probably March or so, and I brought it out and was gonna bake it on Saturday so that I'd have it when the kids came home, we could have several meals off of that, and, I put it in the oven, and I started cleaning the house. Then I went in and took a shower, and I got ready, and I left and went with my Sunday school class to a local playhouse, Christian plays, and I watched that, and then afterwards, they all wanted to go out for ice cream, so we had ice cream, and I got home at 11 o'clock, and my turkey was still baking.
Oh my gosh. You are lucky that your house was still there.
Oh my gosh, I went to church the next on Sunday because it was the next day. I went to Sunday school, and everybody was like, "Oh, did you enjoy the program?" And I was like, "I loved it," but I have to tell you that I put a turkey in the oven early in the day, and when I got home, it was still baking, and I had to get dental records to identify it because it was
Well,
bad.
before Christmas, we had a breakfast at church, and so the day before, I was making, stuff to take to this breakfast, and, there's a bunch of videos or reels out there talking about the butter biscuits, where
Mhm,
basically you put a stick of butter at the bottom of your pan, then you put your biscuit dough over it, and then you cook it. So I was
mhm.
like, "Oh, that sounds really good, so let me make
Yeah,
that." And so I bought 2 of the, you know, um, not reusable, the aluminum pans, that you can
Oh,
get at
yeah.
the store, and because I was gonna take it to church, and so I made 2 of those, and I put them in the oven, and it said to turn them at 15 minutes, and when I came in at 15 minutes, they were both on fire. So and this is like 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and I and so Ed was in the other room, and I said, "There's a fire in here." And luckily, there was a fire extinguisher, right there, but we couldn't figure out how to work it. So,
I I just put Texas toast under the broiler and did the same thing. They were on fire when I pulled them out, like
isn't that
flames.
mine is doing I've done that. In fact, yesterday, I broiled some bread, and it cooked very quickly, so I think I'm having a hard time with my oven.
I think I have my rack too close to the flame. I decided to move it down one, but was broiling is really hard with bread because you put it down that second one and it's like, "Come on, it won't get done." And then you put it up
Right,
on
you have to
the first
really
one and
watch it and everything. You have to
yeah,
really watch it. But,
yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know what got us on that
I don't either.
talking about
Oh, yeah,
sewing
yeah.
and being out in the room. The other thing that has been controversial this last couple of weeks is there was a lady, and I don't know her name was Judy something, I think, I don't know who she was, but
We don't wanna know.
she you don't wanna know, she will stalk you. She put a video out, and the video started exactly like this: "Nobody needs a $22,000 sewing machine." And it went on from there, and basically what her premise was is that she knows people who don't have any money, and they really, really want to, be quilters, but they can't afford it. And so, with the crying because and then she's complaining about how much stuff costs, including fabric and sewing machines, mostly sewing machines. And so I shouldn't have done it. I apologized greatly to this lady. Um, but I said, "That's not really true." I said, You can be resourceful, and you can be a piecer. You can get a sewing machine, you can get cheap fabric, pretty easily, so I don't think that should hamper anybody from doing it." And, she came back at me, and first of all, she said I don't remember what I think I called her judgy. I called her judgy,
Mhm.
and so she came back at me and I said something about because I even one of the things I said, "You can even use, um, poopy fabric." Because I was remembering Mennonite lady who says the history of quilt fabric and Mennonite quilts, and they said, "So after you use it to wipe your butt, then it can become a quilt fabric." Which I'm like, "Ew."
Yuck.
And so she came back and said, "W Do you actually do that?" And I'm like, "No, I covet my Charmin." And then she and then she came back and she said she kind of accused me of calling her judgmental, and she says, "I'm never judgmental about people and blah, 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 but where I need to be judgmental." And I said, "Well, the first thing you said was, nobody needs a $22,000 sewing machine." And I said, "The second thing you said was this," and I said, "I consider that judgmental." And then I blocked her. So I don't know what happened after that because she came at me a couple of times, and I'm like, "I don't know who you are. Your reel just kinda came on my thing, and I commented, and I should have done it. I'm sorry. Leave me alone." But I felt vindicated because one of the ladies who was a former, editor for Quiltmaker, um, addressed her comments and basically saying the amount that sewing machines cost today is proportional to what they cost when, back
Yeah.
in the day.
Mhm.
So, just because it did be people worked hard to get their sewing machines, and then they used them hard. And
Mhm.
so I felt very vindicated by what I said. So, if you guys ever run across her because I blocked her, let me know if she said anything about me again.
I know you sent me those. You sent me a screenshot of what was going on. I go, "Oh, no." And, and then I think I started sending you funny videos and stuff because I thought Donna needs to laugh or something right now.
I don't get irritated much, but when I do, boy, I tell you, I go down the tube fast.
So my room is together. I don't know if we discussed it. Did we discuss that on this time or was that the last time that we
I don't
didn't record? But yeah, my room is together. Everything's where it should be. I'm ready for anybody that wants to come and quilt with me. And yeah. So I haven't I drew one quilt from my jar and I haven't worked on it yet because Haley graduates in May and I found this aviation fabric to make her a graduation quilt and it's perfect because she's wanting to go into aviation. Um so there we go. So I'm working on that right now. Once I get it finished, uh, then I should be able to get started on my one I drew out of my jar. And then we're doing Chatsworth, so I've got to do my Chatsworth. Oh, I finished my Chatsworth block, but those guys are all going to be on the 6th month or something by the time we get back to it, I think. And
I don't know.
I'll be
Well, okay,
behind.
how far behind are you on the new
Uh,
quilts versus old quilts?
uh, old quilts versus new quilts.
Your net quilt, net quilting.
Oh, okay. Tula Pink had to show that dumb quilt. Oh my gosh, I loved it. The minute I saw it, I'm like, "Oh, no," and it was a block of the month. I thought, "Nope, not doing it. I'm not doing a block of the month." I hate when they cost $25 a month or $30 a month. And so I kept saying, "No, I'm not doing it." And then I kept seeing it, and then I'd say, "No, I'm not doing it." And it was like that devil and angel on your shoulders, and it just kept going back and forth and back and forth. And finally, I hit the button. So I bought it. So I think it starts in March or something. I don't know. But block of the month. So I justified the cost. So there went my quilting budget for the months.
The whole year?
Yeah. So, but I was thinking about I made that Tula Pink quilt that I did that was my own out of my own head, the flamingo quilt. That was probably the same cost and it was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and it's not even. So at least this one should be even when I get done with it.
Your quilt is perfectly fine.
Well, it's a little cockeyed, but I can't I can't find a rod big enough for it. I bought one of those, what are they called? The hang it dang it, and it won't hang. It won't extend far enough, and so the sides of it fold in or whatever.
Okay, so I have a story to tell you.
Okay.
For years and years ago, from going to the quilts, vendors thing, there's a guy who sold, the magnets that you hang on the wall
Yeah,
with the 3M strips,
yeah.
and then, you use, metal, like, strapping from electrical strapping, as the quilt rack. And you put the metal into um, the quilt sleeve, and then you connect um
Yeah, I forget what that's called.
I've got it. In fact, I bought some a few weeks ago. But you connect the I can't think of the word, the magnets to the wall, and then you strap your quilt up there. So that's how all my quilts are hanging on the wall. Anyway, I had run out, and so and so I had ordered it in the past. I'd ordered it from Home Depot, and you get, a little round thing full of metal, and you unstrap, you cut it and
Oh,
straighten it out and everything. Well, the last time I ordered it a couple of weeks ago, and instead of being like, a 10 by 10 square, it's like a 15-inch by 15-inch square. So I've got 100 feet of metal. So if you want metal, I will, uh, I will cut some for you and you can have it, because 'cause I've got 100 feet of it,
well, I
maybe
need to
100 yards.
I remember talking to that guy at a quilt show one day because you know what? ever comes in my head flies out of my mouth usually, and he's sitting here trying to sell me on that, and I'm going, "I don't have a good track record with those 3M things," and I said, "Every time I put them on, they fall off." I even had one fall off over here a few days ago, so, anyway, I said, "I don't have a good track record with those 3M sticky things," and he just turned and started talking to a different customer. So
Um, and I that's how everything is hung in my house, and
and
I'm
it
trying
works well?
yeah, I'm trying to see what has been delivered to me because I just bought them a couple weeks ago.
Hmm.
They are called oh, there it is, the list of things I've bought.
Oh, boy.
Look more.
Hmm.
Some of them haven't even been delivered yet.
Yo, let me tell you about that while you're looking. I ordered, crappie jigs for Rod
Oh,
right after, like, the 17th of December, and they went to Kansas and stopped in shipment, and so I thought, "Well, it's Christmas and, well, then they didn't move and they didn't move." So finally, I contacted the seller. It's off Etsy, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I do see that. Um, I'll send out a tracking thing." So she sent a request to track the package, and all of a sudden it starts moving again. Then it goes all the way to Northern Illinois and then back to Chicago and then over to Kansas City and then down to me, and the package was ripped open. There wasn't anything in it. So we've ordered again. Hopefully it'll make it. So then I also ordered rugs to go under my sewing machines from Wayfair, and I ordered pads to go under them. And everything but one pad showed up, and it said that one was coming from a different facility. I guess they didn't have them at that same facility that anyway, so it stops in Erlanger, Kentucky, and that's as far as she goes, and I've watched it and watched it for 10 days. And I thought, "Well, with this weather, I'm gonna give them a break with all that." So 10 days, though, that's a long time, and finally, I sent them a message when I went to bed last night, and they have shipped me a new one at no cost to you. That's what they said. I'm like, "Shouldn't be any cost to me. I haven't got the first one yet."
I ordered, um, glasses, like drinking glasses.
Oh.
What did I yeah, drinking glasses for Sam in Atlanta. He had just moved to a new apartment, and, they showed delivered the picture and everything, but it wasn't his door.
Oh
So,
my god.
so I reported it as, delivered to the wrong address, and 24 hours later 'cause he went and looked around at other because it was looked a similar door, but it wasn't his door. And so he looked all around and he couldn't find it. So the next day I called him and I asked for, a replacement, went all through that, and then the next day, he actually found another place where it could be, what another hidden doors or whatever, and he found the package. So I tried to call him and say or I tried to, message him and say, "Hey, why don't you let me go ahead and pay for that second one because I'm gonna keep the stuff," and went back and forth. I'm like, "Really, I just wanna just go ahead and charge me for it." And they finally said, "No, that's whatever, loss prevention or whatever, you're fine." And so I ordered, like, nappies for the local PRC, for the babies, but it was like, "Nope, sorry, you can't pay for that now." You c
Oh,
So
hmm,
let's see. So they're called magnetic invisible quilt hangers
okay.
from the Magnificent Quilting Company. And I've had pretty good if you hang them if you hang them they're little rectangular pieces of metal with
Oh,
a
I see.
magnet on them.
Uh-huh.
And if you hang them so the long side is up and down, they hold, but if you hang them sideways, like, if you make the long part on the horizontal, they don't hold. I think they need that extra. hard
Okay,
to hold it down, but they work good. I like that's how I hang all the stuff at the church and everything too, so those are pretty cool. Anyway,
okay.
okay, so I think we have fulfilled our requirements for today.
You think so? Hey, I just
Yeah.
wanted to tell you that my Amish people are here cleaning today, and they're watching, The Amish Stud. I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm
That
serious.
movie creeped me out so bad. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they said, "If you wanna" 'cause I started it the other day, I go, "You will not believe this movie." And, I said, "Is it okay if I turned on?" She goes, "Yeah." And so I told her what it was. She goes, "Oh, I remember this." So I turned it on, and she watched a little bit of it, and, uh, she goes, "I really need to get busy." And I said, "Okay." So we turned it off. And today, the minute she walked in, she goes, "Turn that movie back on if you don't mind."
I thought it was so funny that implicating the driver stop, implicating the dr her the his driver for murder, and I was
And,
like, "This
you
is"
know, he acted like, uh he just was like, "Yeah, 'cause I wanted her dead." I'm like, "Good grief, he's an idiot." Anyway, I guess most people that do that are, but, uh, anyway.
Yeah, so I might have to watch it again just because it was so gross.
I know, he was so dumb.
Like, "Why don't you just leave?"
I know. Well, that's what everybody kept asking, "Why didn't you just get a divorce?" "Oh, well, 'cause Amish can't do that." Well, okay, but you could kill somebody. Okay.
What
Well,
did
back to
what
that.
was it what he said the justification was, "Well, the children will go to heaven anyway."
Yeah, he wanted her to kill them. Ugh. Okay, so there's that. This is not quilting related, sorry.
It's better than some of the other stuff we've talked about, so there you
Yeah,
go.
okay.
Okay, well, this has been enjoyable. We are planning on maybe not every week, but let's plan on, like, every other week.
Yeah, let's talk about retreats next time. It's getting that season again, so
Okay, that sounds good. So
okay?
we'll talk about retreats next time, and we'll find some more interesting stuff to talk about.
Okay.
It's not controversial.
Not controversial, no.
And we thank you, if you can find Mary Beth she has a Facebook page called Quilting with Mary Beth, and you have to answer a couple of questions, so
And
make sure you
please
answer the questions.
yes, because I have had so many people that I've just deleted or rejected because there's no and I can't sometimes I can contact them, and sometimes maybe they've got it set up where I can't, but, I try to tell them, "Please answer these questions, and I'll let you in," and they don't respond, so I don't know if people on my page are inviting people and then here's their here they are, and they don't even know that they've been invited, and so, you know so just please answer the questions so I can get you in. It's a fun group.
And you can also find her on Instagram at the same
Yeah,
but
I may not
don't
be there, but, I have an account.
and I have a quilting well, it's not a quilting, I'm a long arm quilter, quilted Donna W. Smith Quilter on Instagram and Facebook. And if you hashtag Donna W. Smith Quilter on Instagram, you can see pretty pictures of quilts. So that's
Yes,
all you get from me.
lovely.
So have an excellent day. Keep warm. I think it's supposed to be cold all weekend again, and it's
Frigid.
ugh,
Yeah.
tired of it. But
Yep.
we're closer to spring.
Yay.
Yay. So we will see you next time.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you again soon and not too sporadically.